Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel T-Spot. In this video, in the final episode of Sanditon, Mary falls ill and dies. Tom keeps watch next to her bedside. In the interim, woman Susan and Samuel draw nearer as they attempt to orchestrate relationships. Early in the morning, the Hankins siblings gather at the Parker house to pray for Mary, who has a fever and is unconscious. According to Dr. Fulks, they are required because Mary requires a miracle to survive. Tom wants to make amends for disobeying Mary's instructions regarding the historic district. Charmaine suggests accompanying him to present Mary's concepts. Tom consoles Mary that she will have all she wants when both of them visit Mrs. Wilkins, Mary's previous servant. She gives him a miniature cross she made for Mary. As he returns to her side and presses the cross into her hand, he says to her, "Mary has always been correct about the old town." He will abandon all other plans to ensure her survival. She looks up. Susan and Samuel are having a significantly less stressful morning on the beach. Samuel tells Susan that he is finally considering getting married to her. However, after receiving a letter from a soldier on a horse, she informs Samuel that they were caught up in the moment and should let it pass and return to their lives. Charlotte illuminates Mary that she has brushed off her union with Ralph as she recuperates in bed. Mary urges her to contact Alexander. Charlotte decides not to leave a message and instead goes to see him because he is writing when she arrives. Samuel informs Charlotte that Susan will be leaving Sanditon. Charlotte is informed by Susan that she has been summoned back to London by the king, an ex-lover. She cannot refuse. However, she urges Charlotte to pursue her own love, to which Charlotte responds by promising to speak with Alexander following Lady Denham's wedding to Raleigh Price. Lydia, on the other hand, reveals to Georgiana that she has tied the knot. Since Alexander has been pursuing Lydia and decided that Leo and Augusta need a mother, Georgiana and Charlotte believe it is to Alexander. Charlotte has lost an excessive amount of ground. At the point when Charlotte appears for woman Denham's wedding, she asks Samuel to prevent Susan from leaving Sanditon and make sense of why Susan is leaving. When Augusta asks Charlotte to sit next to Alexander, Charlotte feels awkward because Augusta hasn't eaten or slept since Edward rejected her. However, they leave quickly. In spite of Edward's arguing, and regardless of the way that he would lose a home assuming that she got hitched, woman Denham won't join in. He illuminates the Reverend Hankins in cost. The group is then educated by Edward that the wedding has been dropped. Beatrice Hankins is perplexed by Lady Denham's decision to prevent her from experiencing happiness at such a senior age. Beatrice and her sibling debate about her kinship with Fulks. Later, her sorry brother approaches Beatrice, who is beaming, and asks if she would like to host Fulks for tea. Susan can apologize when Samuel tells her that the Lord doesn't merit her and that she ought to remain. Price calls Lady Denham over to her house to talk to her. He had already been let down by Tom's decision to renege on the agreement to construct a hotel over the ancient town in accordance with Mary's wishes. He has now been left behind at the altar. Lady Denham had a hard time making the decision to give up her home, Sanditon, her life, her title, and her freedom. After Agnes Harmon fought valiantly to locate Georgiana Harmon, she vanished quietly. Georgiana comes to the conclusion that she was just another shady fortune seeker. Agnes then makes a surprise appearance while Georgiana is getting her wedding dress fitted for Harry Montrose. After Agnes reveals that she left a note, Georgiana discovers that it was lost beneath a pile of papers. The note includes the money Lady Montrose promised Agnes would finish. Before her children, Georgiana approaches woman Montrose and requests the cash back. Harry follows Georgiana as she leaves and tells her that his mother's actions are unacceptable. Both require love. Subsequently, getting hitched would be a slip-up in light of the fact that it would make them both hopeless. Georgiana tells her mother that she is ashamed of who she has become and that she wants to give Agnes the money so that she can use it well. Agnes asserts that Georgiana could accomplish that on her own with the assistance of her beloved Otis. After realizing that Georgiana was in love with Otis rather than Harry, Agnes arranged for London to see him. Georgiana tells everyone that she and her mother are going to London to see Otis and apologizes to everyone for her recent bad behavior. Charlotte has decided to spend some time with Allison, her sister. Her father has helped her break up with Ralph because she wants to teach and open a school for women. The Parkers want to build a school for women because their patron, Alexander Colborne, was interested in women's education. Also, every family will have an outside space and the summary resid will be all fixed. The Parkers approach Lady Denham for an investment, despite the fact that there will be no financial gain. Because Denham sees Charlotte and herself as independent women, she offers to match any donations Alexander makes. When they get back to Lady Denham's bakehouse, Edward assures her that he will be by her side and keep her company for as long as she wants. She, on the other hand, has a novel plan for him. In the event that she accepted he had transformed, she swore to give him a living. He was praised for his love for her, his insistence that she get married despite the fact that it would cost him a house, and his refusal to ruin Augusto. So woman Denham will pay his minister pay. It is decided to completely finance Tom's original idea for a modest hotel that won't move anyone so that Price has somewhere to stay when he visits Lady Denham every few months, assuming she agrees. Now that Harry and Georgiana are not getting hitched, Harry and Arthur likewise get together. Georgiana reunites with Otis in London and informs him that her mother had led her back to him when he returned her mother. Their marriage is witnessed solely by Anne's. Susan pivoted most of the way to London to return to Samuel, however she never made it there. He is very important to her. Lydia and Alexander have not tied the knot. The new couple has also realized what Charlotte had incorrectly reported. They race to Alexander as Charlotte boards a carriage to leave Sanditon. Like how Sidney Parker recently halted Charlotte's carriage among the precipices, Alexander hails a pony and does likewise. The conclusion is happier this time. Alexander reveals that Lydia is actually engaged to someone else and has been secretly courting another man. Both he and Charlotte are free to let anyone in. Charlotte doesn't run away from them, this time sobbing about how hopeless their relationship is when they kiss. This time it's simply the beginning and not the end. Denham Price is one of the many happy couples in attendance at Charlotte and Alexander's wedding. Charlotte has been hired as an instructor at the Parker family's new historic district school after a year. Charlotte assures Augusta and Leo that Alexander will meet her after school with their newborn and that a girl can be anything she chooses. Let us know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Thank you for watching. See you soon.